Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Ryan Derks. It has been a while since I got to do an update. The past 3 months was wild here at the office, tons of travel, tons of work, but I have not forgotten about you. And what I want to do right now is do a little mid year update on our stocks and kind of go over what's been happening and how everything's performing. Um, Before I get into it, obviously, this isn't investment advice and all those good things. Don't be silly. If you want investment advice, you need to be a client or call the office and we'll talk. Across the board, pretty good. Um, Darn near every one of our stocks is showing healthy growth, healthy earnings, all sorts of stuff. So, what I'm going to cover right now are just the biggest things that have hit most of our stocks. So, United Health, as you can see, we're still down a bit overall. Actually, we're only down about half of this because we bought a big chunk right in this area. So, we're really happy about that. Um, United Health got hit with the CEO being assassinated, and then there was a lot of speculation about lawsuits and DOJ antitrust type stuff. But regardless, they have actually been doing just fine for themselves. Some updates on United Health. They announced they are increasing their dividend by 5%. We are very happy about that. That was back in June. Also, just for context, keep in mind, and I'm going to zoom this a little bit. Keep in mind, United Health, they have a wildly healthy company business model. I know it's health insurance, and it's kind of called considered evil industry, but again, very consistent. So even though we're having a not very good year, a bad year, not bad. Also, something else crazy that really sparked this whole thing right here. I mean, let's look here. Um, since the bottom, we're up about 41% since it bottomed out, and I'll zoom in there as well. One moment, please. Yeah, United Health about up 40% since the bottom. Why? Well, that's because Warren Buffett is bought 5 million shares. Basically, every major hedge fund and institution, Michael Burry, the big short guy, Renaissance, that's a huge one. All of them are announcing massive, massive buys of United Health stock. Same with insiders, insider trading. All the executives have been buying as much as they possibly can. So that just shows us that not only in here in our office, but other people are buying this up like crazy. Apple's had an okay year. They've kind of honestly nothing too crazy. They're putting a ton of money into AI, a ton of money into their hardware. Um, Basically, though, this is the big one. They announced their dividend increase as well. That's awesome. We love that. That's all of our stocks. We love that dividend increase. Also, a huge, huge $100 billion share buyback. That's huge. But again, they're still growing slowly but surely. You can see across the board here, this was Q3 of 2025. So you can see revenue year over year slowly growing just across the board. Pretty awesome for them. Um, one thing I've mentioned to the mini clients over the years when they're talking about, hey, let's look for the next hot stock. What's the next big AI? What's the next big semiconductor? And I tell this story, and funny enough, Tim Cook actually just had this conversation again back in August. We all look for like these hot stocks and the next up and coming thing, but you got to realize companies like Microsoft and Apple and others, I think Apple has like $50 billion in cash in the bank. These guys will have an entire department of wildly smart, successful people, pay them millions and millions a year just to go out and find the next hot startup or what have you and buy it. So Tim Cook actually said here back in August, we've acquired around 7 companies this year, and that's companies from all walks of life, not just AI. And so we're doing one, think of it as one every several weeks. We're very open to M&A. That accelerates our roadmap. So keep in mind, I want to make sure I'm bringing this up not just because of Apple, but just all together. Just keep in mind, just because we don't own the next sexy up and coming thing that you hear all about, Apple, Microsoft, all of these companies, even like United Health, they have healthcare startups that they're buying and acquiring through M&A, mergers and acquisitions. So that's an awesome thing that I want to reiterate to clients. Okay. Next one, Microsoft. Microsoft has had a killer year. A lot of their stuff is being pushed by AI. A lot of their growth is by AI, and then also a lot of cloud growth. Let's see here. So here was some of their business growth year over year. Business revenue up over 18%, and like I said, cloud and AI is the driving. behind what they're doing, you can kind of see here how everything, the demand for what Microsoft is doing is growing wildly. So really happy about that for Microsoft. And then again, right there in the strategy, we want stocks that are really good companies that are paying a growing dividend. So basically, again, like I said earlier, pretty much all of our stocks keep announcing annual dividend increases. Costco. Costco started the year off really, really good. What were you up? Up 18% in the first like 80, 60 days of the year or so. Maybe first 45 days of the year. It's kind of cooled off a bit, but still not concerned at all. And the reason is that first off, their earnings have been solid. I think, if I'm not mistaken, at this point in time, since they started selling gold last year, they are the number 2 biggest seller of gold in the nation, aside from the U.S. Government. So very crazy stuff. But they also raised their dividend. Love it. So again, not concerned about Costco. They keep opening stores. Their membership, card memberships continue to slowly increase. And I was just looking it over with a client the other day. They have like a 92% what do you call it? Like reissue of memberships, like what's the term? Like re-upping your membership annual. Like they have a 92% success rate, which is amazing. So Costco, not concerned. They're going to keep doing really well for us. Ferrari, again, Ferrari had a killer start to the year, up 20% in the first 45 days. They've cooled off a bit, but again, we're doing really well with Ferrari. Love it. They've had a killer year. They continue to slowly grow. And again, right here, it's the quality of revenue over volume since day one. That's always been their motto. So you can see here across the world, aside from China, which I'm sure that there's a reason. If I did a deep dive, I don't know why sales in China are down 21%. It could be like internal economic stuff, but generally speaking, yep, generally speaking, they're doing awesome. And this is actually kind of relevant to Ferrari. The whole overall is that if you look here, their net income, this is one of the highest gross profit margins in the entire car industry. I think it's like them and Tesla. Tesla is doing a whole different method of getting to this end point. Ferrari is doing it by being the best of the best and high quality, not ever cheating or cutting corners on the quality of customer service in the cars they make. So again, Ferrari, super happy, especially because, again, like the rest of the stocks, they've announced a dividend increase. I think it was about a 10% or so increase again. So finally, last stock we're going to talk about briefly, GameStop. I'm sorry. Ferrari. Also, this came out back in March. Check this out. Ferrari car buyers are getting younger, with the CEO saying that 40% of new clients are now under 40. That is nuts. So talk about, easily getting into the next generation. So anyhow, GameStop. Now, GameStop has had some ups. It's had some downs. But look right here. In the last 30 days, up 18%. One of the reasons is because their earnings came out. Year-over-year growth, 22% in sales, 1,000% in net income, 100% growth year-over-year of the amount of cash on hand. Bitcoin on hand is currently worth that 528 million. That's up quite a lot from when they bought it. And then the other part is that they announced a warrant. So without getting too in depth, they're basically going to issue new shares here in a couple of months. And if you have shares currently in your account, boom, you're going to see duplicates. And so it shows right here, you will receive 1 warrant for every 10 shares that you have. So what everybody is speculating is that this is what's going to finally make the squeeze, I guess. So time will tell. We're sitting there with our exit numbers ready to go. Believe me, we are waiting. So anyway, you guys, I won't take up too much more time. Our other stocks, ADP, doing great. I mean, we can look here. Visa doing great. They've had a great year as well. So again, we were very happy with where everything sits at the moment. You will see, clients, just so everybody knows, we are making room right now for Google. You ought to see some activity here in our accounts soon for Google. Google's been a killer company for the longest time. They got beat up quite a lot after COVID in this whole little 3-year window, but Google for cloud storage and AI is exploding right now. So you ought to see some activity with Google here shortly being put into your accounts. So that's all I've got for you guys right now. I appreciate you watching, and you guys call me, email me. I love hearing from you. But you'll see another video from me. Definitely not in 4 more months from now. Just a few, a few weeks from now, a month or so. So, guys, that's it. Thanks a bunch.